One tarnation? I meant to do that.
Howdy folks, this is Applegeek, and it is just a few short days away from hitting the road and skies to Seattle for Everfree Northwest 2019. I can't wait for that convention. Been looking forward to that since last year, since last Everfree. So, awesome guest list. Can't wait to have some awesome fun there. But for right now, I've got a new episode of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic to watch. Season 9, Episode 7. I don't really know anything about this one. Yay! So, without any further ado, let's give this one a watch. Starting now. Okay.
New posters!
Ooh.
We never had those
Students episode?
I won't keep you in suspense any longer. We're bringing one of Ponyville's oldest traditions to our school. The Fetlock Fet.
The who what?
It's a pony dance party. They're the best.
I'm ready. You don't need to do that, Ocellus.
I love
This year,
Ocellus'
the event's at
various
school
forms.
And open to every creature. We're calling our dance the Amity Ball.
Even better!
Okay.
Yona not know Amity Ball dance. Yona only know traditional dance of Yakistan. Go like this. Dance like that.
Oh.
Not exactly.
Nice dance moves.
It isn't just one dance. It's a whole night of them. Plus, an awesome party.
Cultural
And
exchange.
we have all the old Fetlock Fet traditions. The Pony Pal contest to the Lucky Pot dinner. You'll love it. So like this says, get your Pony Pal and come along.
Wanna go?
Pony Pal?
I got nothing better to do.
You had me at
Should that be-
dinner.
Now,
What?
who wants to help me hang
Okay.
the
I was gonna say, what? Shouldn't that be grab your creature friend and go? Anyway.
Hey, Yona. Want to be my pony pal?
Aw.
We'll do the contest together.
But Yona yak. Yona not pony.
So?
So?
Pony, more pony.
Oh, that's just a poster.
Oops.
Come on. It'll be tons of fun together. Promise.
Did we forget to make our advertising more inclusive?
Great. I'll get the tickets. See you later.
the blushing. What is?
Put Sambar down. Yak, best.
What is going? I can hear the shippers already. I just.
How if she not pony?
Well, hi, Rarity.
Terribly
Rarity.
sorry, Yona. All these dresses I'm sewing for the dance have me completely frazzled.
Yeah, I can see that in your mane.
Yona need dress for dance? Yona have lots to learn about being best pony pal.
Oh no. We get a Yona focused episode? Is this gonna make up for all the times that we've like almost killed her off in the show? Or at least brought serious harm to her? Okay. I wanted to see more students. We're seeing more students. How is Yona gonna handle this cultural thing though? That this is this could go all different places. I don't even know what to expect at this point. This is gonna be fun though. Oh.
Yona interrupting?
Aw.
Oh, well, not interrupting exactly. More like blocking the flow. Stopping me from what I'm doing. So, yes, interrupting.
These faces!
Now, what can I do for you, Yona?
Aw.
Yona not know yak needs special
She's
pony
all
dress for
yak.
Dance. Yona no can wear what Yona always wear?
Yona could. I mean, you could. But the Fetlock Fet, or whatever Twilight is calling it, it's all about a tradition. There's a certain way to do everything at the dance.
Yes, that's what Yona want to learn. How to do all the pony things, even if Yona has to wear dress.
Well,
Okay.
Yes, if that's what you really want.
Yona be best pony pal for Sambar.
Aw. This is a new challenge for Rarity.
At an elegant affair like a pony dance, one must converse in a sophisticated fashion.
Oh no.
Talking with Brussels sprouts in your mouth helps you to learn to articulate.
Why?
Take a mouthful and repeat after me. How kind of you to ask me to tea.
I'm getting My Fair Lady flashbacks right now.
I offer you a glass of punch.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Agreeable today.
This clearly isn't working.
Yona like Brussels sprouts.
Let's move on.
Wow.
Something about your hairstyle. But first,
I did not expect that.
right dress. Now, purple taffeta, frosted chiffon, gold brocade, one of my favorites.
Yona like brown.
Earth tones.
Oh.
They're so earthy, aren't they? Don't worry, we shall find something to make you stand out.
Yona not want to stand out.
Is this going to be all Yona and Rarity? This is not where I thought it would go.
And by the time we're through,
But this is
you
interesting.
guys have been going to pony dances your whole life.
Is there a song here?
The more you know how things are done, the more confident you'll be. There's more to a dance than just having fun, and there's no better teacher than me.
Rarity!
Oh, Yona, see.
When I'm finished with you,
You start to fit right in.
Oh.
Listen to me when I say, once you learn the pony way, you'll start to fit right in.
Right in.
No need to wait another day to be part of our smart soiree. The perfect dress, a color, all the rage, but still unique. From the braids, try a style.
She does not like brown.
Here's what we'll do: a hornicure and a deep
Hornicure?
freeze. We'll dress shampoo this whatever yak pot this is. Too curly, too blue, too retro, too new, too twilight, too furry.
Too furry.
Don't you worry.
Aw, Opal.
B&B. Picture you to see and see it.
Oh, what?
Guaranteed you fit right in.
Oh, that's going to be new trend.
To find a new you that's too divine. Yeah, you're gonna fit right in. Listen to me when I say, once you learn the
That's from the season 5 finale, I think.
Yeah, not waste another day to be part of your pony way. Yeah, not waste another day to fit right in.
Aww. Aww. Hi,
I
Opal.
almost forgot the most important part of the ball.
Oh, you
Um.
already have Pony Pal.
Oh, not that, darling. But dancing, and I know precisely who can help.
Who? Really?
Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy good at dancing? Don't be so surprised.
Since
I'm
wh-
awesome at everything,
Well,
except for baking.
There are two traditional dances that every pony does at the fete.
did not expect
After
this, but
2
okay.
years of practicing with us, you'll know them both.
And fit right in.
Absolutely. We'll start with a slow dance, the pony cotillion. That's Fluttershy's specialty.
Oh, I wouldn't say specialty. It's just fun. Here, Yona. I made you a chart. All you have to do is follow these dances.
Yeah,
You'll learn them in no time.
that's not easy. No,
Now, just start walking. Step on whatever color I name. Let's begin.
Oh no.
Red, step ahead. Green, black, now step back. Now you try.
It's almost like a game of Twister or something.
Yona, start over. Blue, red, green, black. Yeah, step back.
Good. Now, black, green, red, and blue. Red, black, hold 1 and 2. Red, blue, red once more. Green, black, blue, red 3 and 4.
Yona feel like she have 4 front feet.
Oh. Angel, not. Why?
Maybe we should try this again later.
Don't worry, Yona. That was the hard one. Mine's way easier.
Okay. Is that chart is almost like what I would expect from Twilight if she was writing steps for a dance thing.
Pony Prince. The key to this one is speed.
Oh.
Come on, Yona.
Oh yeah!
Get with the flow and let your
Rock and roll. She's gonna break down everything. Oh, no. Ooh. Yeah, Yona liked this one.
Like the flowing dough!
Flowing on more like Smash and Bash. Oh, hey, Apples.
Welcome to
Oh.
Sweet Apple Acres, Yona. Rarity
Trying alternate
needs some help
teachers?
Getting ready for the big dance.
Some, ha, indeed. And we only have a few more days.
Well, you've come to the right place. Because if you ask me what my favorite part of the dance is, I'd say everything about the dance. But
of course.
especially this, the Fetlock Lucky Pot Dinner.
It's part of the Ponyville dance tradition. Every pony brings a dish to share. And we swap them without
Oh,
knowing who's whose.
it's-
Although my lucky pot probably gives me away.
You think?
Cook anything
So does
you
Pinky's.
want. But can I suggest, oh, I don't know, maybe cupcakes?
So
I
it's
already
like
told Yona a little bit about that tradition.
it's like a cross between a potluck dinner and a Secret Santa exchange.
Yona think make traditional yak dish. Tree root stew.
Oh!
Extra
Oh!
fiber. Mmm.
Oh!
I'm not sure. So, just in case.
That.
Pinky!
Wow.
Sugar, butter, ice. Then we mix and we beat and we pour into pans. We bake. And now you
Wow.
Woo! That's one way to mix it.
Let's try something a little simpler. I'm sure we can do something with these.
Apple.
Okay.
Oh, it made applesauce.
Applesauce it is.
Red, green, blue.
I can see Rose is going like she's trying too hard to be just like the ponies to fit in, but she needs to bring some of her own culture to share here too. Ooh. That's a new challenge for Rarity, trying to make dresses for yaks. What's that? It's Pinky? Don't question it! Seriously?
How kind do you to ask me to tea?
Axe me, Tootsie. By George, I think she's got it!
Red, step ahead. How kind of you. Green, black, Yona, step back. To ask Yona to tea. Black, green, red, and blue. Red, black, hold one and two.
She's got it! She's got it!
Red once more. Green, black, blue, red, 3 and 4. Look!
Wow. Pinky!
How about that? Then she's good.
Yona, if someone at the party
Wow.
tells you they're thirsty, you say,
May Yona, may I offer you a cup of punch?
She talked in the first person! Yeah.
Really got it!
My Fair Lady reference all the way.
You dance great!
And are so well spoken.
You'll be the hit of the ball!
No, Angel was not impressed.
So many pony days and grown a lot in the past few days. You've shown a turn that has earned our praise.
And now I
Oh.
fit right in. You fit right in.
Something's gonna go south here somehow.
I'm your DJ, Scales and Tail, spinning your favorite tunes all night.
Why?
So welcome to the Fetlock the Amity Ball.
I got nothing. He's cosplaying as himself. Whatever. Who's that
I'm just
pony?
glad I'm here with you guys. At least I'm not the only non-pony in the crowd.
You're not still worried about that, are you?
Aww.
Like Headmare Twilight said, this is a dance for every creature. There's no pony pressure.
You should have told
Silverstream.
Yona that.
Well, what do you mean?
Didn't you hear? Our teachers have been helping her get ready for the dance. She's been taking lessons. She's gone full pony for the dance.
All for you.
Oh no.
Why?
How kind of you to ask me to the soiree.
What
Grandpa.
are you wearing? What?
What? You look so weird.
No. No.
Quite. Oh, I do hope I make a good pony paw for you.
You were doing so well. Why did the
Of
dress
course you
just?
did. But, Yona, you to do any of this.
And why are you talking so funny?
I am not talking funny. I'm fitting in.
You fooled me.
Yona! You look absolutely stunning. Why don't I get that for you?
You made a lucky pot?
Precisely like ponies prepare.
There are no notes for this. It just.
Annual Amity Ball! For those of you who've never attended a Fetlock Fete, we can't wait to show
Like
you
all
some
things
of
in
our
moderation, you know? Bring and share a little bit, and. Smolder's not impressed.
Scales and tail?
Right.
Really?
Let's get this party started!
Oh yeah, party ponies! It's time to raise the roof and stomp your hoof for the traditional first dance of the night, the Pony Cotillion!
Okay. So how's this gonna go for Yona?
Ah, Yona know this one.
You do?
You reverted a little bit there.
Green, black, then step back, shall we?
Is she gonna trip on that dress?
Wow! How did you learn this?
Well, maybe not.
I had good teachers.
Yeah.
Yona! Are you alright?
Yona never practiced dance with dress on.
I mean, may I offer you a cup of punch?
She's just gonna duck. Yep.
Shake things up a little! That's right, every creature! It's the Pony!
Oh no.
Maybe we should sit this one out.
No! I do so love the pony prance.
Yes, she does. I really hope we get this background track released. So, and there goes the wig and oh.
It's okay, Yona!
Just stop bouncing.
We got you!
Nice save with the magic barrier, but oh.
What a calamitous accident!
Yeah, really?
Yona!
Really, Rarity?
Are you alright? No! Yona not alright! Yona wants to be alone!
Oh. She wanted so badly to fit in.
Yona sad. Yona sing sad song. Sad Yona. Yona no blame bird. Yona no want to be around Yona either.
Oh.
Yona sad.
Oh, she's at the tree.
Sing sad song.
Yona?
How's Sambar find Yona?
I know you pretty well by now.
I
figured you'd come here. Besides, it's where I'd go if something like that happened to me.
Sambar means something awful and embarrassing. So awful Yona cannot come down from treehouse ever. Will Sambar bring Yona food?
Well then.
You know, it really wasn't that bad. I don't think any creature hardly even noticed.
Nice try.
Maybe one or two didn't, if they happened to be in Canterlot for the day. But anyway,
Oh.
it's all over. So, will you come back to the dance with me?
Yona disappoints Sambar. Yona not make very good pony.
Why would you think you're disappointed? And who said anything about having to be a good pony?
Yona just want to do all the right pony things and fit in at dance. Then maybe Sambar and Yona win Best Pony Pals contest. Instead, Yona win Worst Pony ever.
Oh.
It's not true.
Really?
That's not
Sambar
why
made
he asked
two
you.
ponies worse than Yona.
Cozy Glow and Sombra. Yona, it doesn't really matter if you're a great pony or a horrible pony. You're the best Yona.
Can we add Spoiled Wretch and Spin Gallop to that list?
Really?
I never wanted you to be anything other than what you are. My friend, Yona, the yak. So, what do you say? Let's go back to the dance?
Oh. Popcorn. Silverstream's always got the snacks.
Don't worry, I'm with you.
We all are.
Oh.
Are you alright? They were so worried when you disappeared like that.
Yona fine, but Yona sorry. Not mean to make such a mess and ruin the pony dance.
It's not your fault, Sugar Cube.
It's the opposite. If anything, we should be apologizing.
I thought we were just teaching you how to have fun at the dance.
We never meant
Wow.
to try to turn you into something you're not.
It's okay.
Friend helped Yona feel better.
And that's why we're giving you this.
That's an apology. That.
No way! The Pony Pal prize!
Annual Amity Ball Award for Friendship.
No poniness required.
We all decided that you and Yona totally earned this. Your actions tonight exemplified the true meaning of friendship.
Yes.
Congratulations, you two.
Way to go!
Oh. Spike.
Glad you're back. Every pony wants to learn that crazy dance you did.
Wait, what?
It's easy.
Really? Oh.
Every creature wants to learn.
You know, I wondered if we were going there.
Cue Sport and DJ Scales and Tail is gonna deliver. Every creature join Yona for the Yak Yakistan Stomp.
That works. Yes! Yes! Favorite. Absolutely amazing. Awesome episode. This is the kind of stuff I was hoping we would get last season, but hey, better late than never. Okay. Yeah. I gotta collect my thoughts to this rewatch. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Well, we finally got our first real character episode, a character focus episode for one of the students. All the episodes that have featured the students in Season 8 and even up until now in Season 9 didn't really focus very much on any one specific individual, but rather all the students collectively. I feel like the closest times we got, at least as far as I can recall, was with Gallows back in Hearthwarming Club, where it was all the students, but kind of, focused on him a little bit more since he was the one, that had caused the problem. And then we did get some focus on Yona back in A Rockhoof and A Hard Place, but there she was actually just kind of a secondary character, whereas Rockhoof was actually the character directly in focus. So, not a whole lot focused on just specifically student character growth. So that's a big reason why, one of the big reasons why I love this episode so much, and also, honestly, because Yona happens to currently be my favorite of the Young Six. And I love them all, honestly, so it's really kind of hard to pick a favorite. And initially my top favorites were Ocellus and Silverstream, just kind of based on first impressions and whatnot. But over time, the Yona's kind of taken first place now with me. So, I mean, just her yak traits, both physical and cultural, and even just overall her personality, make her a really interesting character. And while she's a bit naive sometimes due to her sheltered life in Yakistan, that really just adds to her charm. And despite being a yak, she has a very kind and gentle soul. I mean, a lot of the times they tend to be rather rough around the edges type of individuals, but Yona's just really sweet. And, she just never likes to see anyone get hurt or even, fail to get along with anyone else. And here we got to see that she's actually willing to go to great lengths to achieve her goals, despite being far outside of her personal comfort zone. So, just all around, she's a very fun and lovable character, and she's got a lot of hidden potential, I think. But everyone has their faults, though, and Yona is no exception. It's no surprise to us that she feels very out of place in equestrian society, as that was highlighted well back in A Rock Hoof and a Hard Place. Where she started fangirling over Rockhoof because of the fact that he is much more like a yak than most of the other ponies are. Kind of felt like a little bit of home there for her. Of course, aside from the issues with Chancellor Nese and Cozy Glow and whatnot, of course, Nese has now seen the light and everything. There's been very little evidence overall that these foreign students had been treated as like lesser individuals in any way. Equestrian society, especially in Ponyville, is very warm and welcoming, regardless of who you are or where you come from. All that said, when you're the only one of your kind in a foreign land, no matter how welcoming everyone is, it's still quite easy to feel out of place, and it seems that this is still something that weighs on the students' minds. Yona aside, the others basically just kind of, in this specific instance, they just kind of kept to themselves in a little group off to one side at the ball. And Gallus even was making a comment about how it's nice that he's not the only non-pony in the crowd. So they just kind of stick to their little group where they're comfortable, more with each other. Not to be fair, despite Twilight's announcement that all creatures were to be included, there was a heavy emphasis on ponies in all the advertisements and decorations and everything for the event, which isn't surprising given that this was based on something that was historically only attended by ponies. But even if that wasn't the case, the fact is that they're the only ones of their species present anywhere in Equestria that we know of. So it's still easy to see how this can be awkward at times. And yes, you could argue that this is, yet another be yourself type of lesson, but this is a whole new angle on that because we've never really had a culture shock as a factor in those lessons before, and that adds a whole new dimension to this problem. Getting back to Yona, I think she probably would have handled the ball much like the rest of the foreign students did, but given Sandbar's invitation, she suddenly felt grossly inadequate and felt that she needed to fully assimilate into pony culture by learning everything about the ball, and essentially almost to the point of becoming like a pony herself. Now, of course, as we all realize, Sandbar invited her with no strings attached, and wouldn't have cared less if she knew the dance moves or not, or proper etiquette, or whatever. She didn't see it that way though, and it didn't really help anything that Rarity made a point of saying that there's all manner of traditions surrounding this event with specific types of dances, formal wear, etc. From what we've seen of yak culture, they are quite firm on strictly following their own traditions. As we've seen back in Party Pooped and other episodes along the way. So for Yona, it's easy to see why she might think that Sandbar would be disappointed if she didn't follow the pony traditions perfectly, because in her own culture, I think there's a strong possibility that failure to not strictly follow traditions tends to be very much looked down upon. So again, kind of potentially a culture shock issue here. Yona's not understanding how ponies view tradition differently than maybe her family and her culture does, her species does. And now I'd just like to say right here, I don't really fault the main six in any of this, at least not to any degree other than the fact that they made some honest mistakes. Twilight was clearly trying to make it known that this was a new take on an old tradition. I mean, she renamed the event, for crying out loud. and it's one that is inclusive of every creature, regardless of where they're from. And she simply failed to update all the promotional materials and whatnot to reflect that. Of course, one could argue that since it's Twilight, it's a bit out of character for her to miss details like that, but regardless of how detail-oriented somebody is, it's still very easy to simply miss things like this from time to time. I speak from personal experience on this front. Sometimes I miss things that are blindingly obvious. And honestly, sometimes it's just a matter of, trying to break out of old habits can be very difficult as well. And Rarity's mistakes were honestly fairly minor as well. Quite frankly, the things I'm most mad at her about are the horrific wig and dress that she put on Yona. It's like there are moments where I'm like, Rarity, is your fashion compass just broken or what? I don't know, but there's that, and then the comment about what a calamitous accident this is, that occurred at the ball. As I realized that was likely just meant to be kind of a fun little play on words, but just the way it was used in that specific context, it felt to me like a little bit of an unfair jab at Yona's species. So I didn't really appreciate that line coming from Rarity right at that particular moment. And then there's the fact that Rarity seemed to be super busy making tons of dresses for the ball and told Yona that she needed a dress as part of the traditions, yet when we got to the actual ball, literally the only two individuals actually wearing dresses were Yona and Rarity. And for that matter, nobody else was even talking or acting like, the high society snob either, which is, more or less what Yona was turning into a little bit there. At least the very polite and formal speech and stuff that wasn't really happening with anyone else. So I'm not really sure what Rarity was thinking there. I kind of get the feeling that Twilight changed more about this ball than Rarity realized, and she just missed the memo on that. So, again, that could have been just a mistake of miscommunication or something. All that aside, though, in terms of her overall direction to Yona, and also the direction from all the others of the main six, their only real mistake was simply to not realize the true nature of Yona's mindset in all of this. They always thought they were helping her to have fun at the ball by educating herself on their traditions and customs, not realizing that she was ultimately trying to completely change everything about herself in the process, including her personality, just to feel like she was fitting in. It didn't really seem like Yona had given them any reason to think that she was going that far, so I don't think it's fair to blame them for missing this realization. And at the end, when they did realize what had happened, they offered what, to me personally, felt like a very heartfelt apology for missing that. Honestly, one of the most heartfelt apologies I think I've ever seen in this show. And, in a nutshell, their mistakes weren't caused by some sort of, glaring character flaw on their parts or anything. Rather, it was just due to a big misunderstanding about the situation. So, and honestly, I love how ready and willing they all were to help her learn about their customs, not to mention how patient they were with her as she struggled through this. So, really, I think they did about as well as they could have given the situation. There's absolutely nothing about wanting to learn about a foreign culture, at least in my opinion, especially if you're spending a good deal of time living within said culture. Where the line got crossed here is that Yona thought she had to learn all these things in order and do them perfectly in order to be accepted, or else she would be viewed as a disappointment to Sambar and the other ponies. This actually got me thinking a lot about how different cultures are shared in my own country, the United States of America. The USA, since its inception, has always been a melting pot made up of people from numerous different cultures and backgrounds from around the world. Now, the general idea is that when you come to this country, you can bring your own culture or background and share it with others, but then you're also open to learning about the other cultures that currently exist here and allow yourself to, maybe adopt some of some things from those cultures as well into your own life. And honestly, over time, we've kind of gotten, some things that are just American culture in general, not necessarily specific to, one thing or the other that has been brought before. That's kind of what's the melting pot. That's the general idea. And just, to continue the cooking analogy, you basically become a new ingredient that gets added to the recipe. And when that ingredient blends with the other ingredients, a whole new flavor is created for all to enjoy, one that wouldn't have been possible without your contributions. The thing that I was hoping for throughout this episode was that Yona would realize this at some point, and rather than just following all the traditions to a T, would find a way to put her own unique twist on them in order to share some of her own culture with the ponies. Though it didn't happen exactly the way I expected, this did thankfully happen in the end, with all the ponies wanting to learn the yak dance that Yona had demonstrated. And that really had to be a truly special moment for Yona, because not only did she finally understand that she was welcomed and accepted just the way that she is, but she also got to share a piece of herself with the rest of them. And at that moment, she probably felt like she fit in more than she ever has for all of her time here at this school. And also, despite all the mishaps, I think Yona learned an awful lot about herself in the course of going through all the training from the main six for the dancing and whatnot. You know, she tried lots of new things that she wasn't good at first, and things that she didn't know if she'd really like or ever be good at. But ultimately, she discovered that she was capable of achieving every last one of these goals that she set for herself, which I would imagine has done wonders for her self-confidence, or at least I hope so. You know, I think she's far more capable and talented than she'd previously given herself credit for, and hopefully she now recognizes this herself, as that will help her to face even more difficult tasks in the future with the same strength and determination. Only by pushing ourselves out of our own comfort zones can we truly discover what we are capable of. Again, I speak from experience on this. I also have to say that I love how everyone at the ball, you know, ponies and non-ponies alike, how they reacted when Sandbar finally, you know, convinced Yona to come back, and how they expressed their concern for her. You know, nobody was angry at her for ruining the ball, or at least if they were, that wasn't at the forefront of their thought process. You know, in fact, they were just really worried about what happened to her when she ran off the way that she did. You know, that's not to say they weren't all disappointed or perhaps a bit peeved that the ball actually did get ruined, but again, that was secondary to their concern for Yona, because just as Yona wanted to fit in, they all wanted her to understand that she is loved and welcome just the way that she is. And they didn't want her to, you know, run away from the situation and have this big misunderstanding over all of this. You know, and what really blew me away was the modified trophy that they ended up presenting to Sandbar and Yona. Now, sure, we saw some chocolate or whatever it was drip onto that trophy, you know, when the food exploded and went everywhere, but it wasn't in any specific shape or anything like that. So it wasn't shown who did it, but somebody there had the presence of mind to take that chocolate or whatever and mold it around one of the pony figurines on that trophy to make it look like a yak. Sure, it was a overall relatively small thing, but in practice, but at least in my mind, it had a huge impact. You know, as I previously mentioned, at this point, I'm pretty sure Yona knows full well just how much she's loved and accepted here in Ponyville, and by everyone, not just her closest friends. And I think that kind of acceptance is what everyone wishes for, and is just what has made this fandom as popular as it is. Because, you know, while it's not perfect, this level of acceptance is largely what the fandom strives for. Everyone has value, everyone has something worth sharing, and the more we recognize that and be accepting of what others have to share with us, even if it's something we don't necessarily agree with, if we can get to that point, I think the world would just work a whole lot better than it does. You know, if we're just willing to listen to each other and not just, you know, say my way is the only way. So again, everyone has something worth sharing. Everyone has value. Just remember that. And as for Sandbar, I don't really have much to say about this at this point, at least. You know, it's obvious there's a thing going on between him and Yona. And actually, looking back through some of the older episodes, it seems like this has kind of been poked at subtly along the way, but, you know, is now kind of coming into direct focus. I'm not really sure where all this is going to lead, but I do have to say that it is super adorable. And if nothing else, it's an indication of how the relationships between these students and these close friends, you know, are growing stronger and stronger. And I think that's going to somehow factor into things that are yet to come this season, whatever those might be. Well, that's all I got in this episode. And just a reminder, I will be at Everfree Northwest during the next episode when that one airs. And I also have actually a work conference after that. So, you know, I may end up doing the entire next episode on the road somewhere from hotel rooms. Just have to see what all works out, and you know, time-wise and whatnot. And given the issues I've been having getting Hasbro to even respond to copyright dispute on my last reaction, I'm not sure how fast I'll actually be able to get these uploaded and released anyway, but as always, I will try my best to, get these done as quickly as I can for you and released. And believe me, I'm not waiting on anything other than, what I'm waiting on for Hasbro. As quickly as I get these done, I will get them out to you. So that's the best that I can promise. But, yeah, that's all I got on this one. So thanks for watching, everyone. And hopefully see you again very soon with another reaction. Later.